Hey, it's Claire from Excellerate. Today, I'm going to show you how easy it is to track the member giving for your church and how to quickly print giving statements. If you've ever been involved in tracking all of the contributions given to your church and printing all of the year-end statements, you'll know that those two tasks can be extremely time-consuming, especially if you're not using a system specifically designed for church contribution tracking. The overall idea is that every contribution given is recorded for that member and categorized for a specific fund such as tithes and offerings or missions, etc. Then at the end of the year, or even more frequently, you print individual statements for each member showing what they contributed. I've seen churches spend days entering contributions and even weeks printing year-end statements. So let's see how easy this is to do in Excellerate. We'll log in and go to the Contributions module. This is where we record all of our member giving. Of course, this module is protected, so only authorized users can access it. You'll notice this module has two parts. The top part lists all of the batches of contributions, and the bottom part shows all of the different funds. A batch is simply a group of contributions entered for a specific Sunday or a specific service, if you have multiple services, or any other way that you want to group contributions together. For many churches, this is equivalent to your bank deposit for the week. A fund or account is simply a way to show how much you've received towards that purpose. You'll notice that Excellerate shows weekly, monthly, and yearly totals for each account. You can have as many different funds as you like. So let's assume we have a stack of checks that need to be entered. We simply add a new batch using the plus button over here, and it will ask a few questions about the batch of contributions. The date and period should be entered for you. The batch total is the total amount of contributions you are going to enter into the batch. Typically, you would first add up all of your contributions and get a total. Then, when you enter them in the system, it will check to make sure you've entered everything correctly by checking the running total against your total. You can also give your batch a designation. This can be anything, such as the 10:30 service, and it's totally optional. So here's the batch screen, which will list all of the contributions. Now, since data entry can be a time-consuming process, we've designed this feature to be very streamlined and use a minimum number of keystrokes. Let's go ahead and add our first contribution. We can hit the Add button or just use the Insert key on the keyboard to add a new contribution. So the first thing we do is find the member who gave this contribution. If we know their member ID, we can use that. Or if you are using envelopes with envelope numbers, we can use that. Or you can simply look up the person by typing a few letters of their name. Let's find Pete Maxwell. I'll just type M, then go down to Pete. You'll notice that we instantly show his name and address so you can compare it to the check. If we need to update his address, we can easily do that right here. If that all looks good, we just press Tab to go to the Amount field, enter the amount, then Tab to the next field. Here we can enter the check number or cash or other options as well. If we need to change the account fund, we can, but by default, it should be on your most common fund. Now, all we have to do is hit Enter, and that will post the contribution to the batch. So with just a few keystrokes per contribution, you can go through a stack of contributions really quickly. I'll go ahead and add a few more here to show you how quick this can be. I'm just quickly finding the member, entering the amount, and moving to the next one. There are lots of other options here, like specifying a description or entering loose cash. That's where you don't know who gave the money, but we still want to record it. The areas at the bottom will have more information, like when a donation is split into multiple funds. You can also add a check scanner that automatically pulls up the member for you, and even saves the image of the check right in Excellerate. That can really speed up contribution entry. Okay, that should be good. See how fast it was to enter 10 contributions? So we can see our batch of contributions and we can see if the totals match right here. If we were using an online giving service, we could instantly import all those contributions into Excellerate instead of manually entering them. We'll update this batch, which saves all of the contributions in the member's records. In fact, let's go look at a member's record. I'll pull up Pete Maxwell. Go to his Contribution tab, and there are his contributions. We could also click the Family button and view the entire family's giving. It doesn't really matter whether you record a contribution towards a husband or wife because you can easily view or report their giving by family or individual. Now that we've entered some contributions, let's see how easy it is to print year-end statements. All we do is go to Reports, Members, Member Contribution Statements. We can choose lots of different options and several styles which can include more or less detail, logos, etc. Let's choose the Family option here and just preview the defaults. This screen here is a quick check just to make sure you didn't make any data entry mistakes, so we'll skip that for now. And here they are. With just a few clicks, you can have all of your contribution statements printed and ready to go in minutes. Want to see a quick overview of how your members are giving? Reports menu, Member Contribution Chart. This shows you everyone's giving at a glance. Of course, these reports are secured, so only certain users can see this information. There are many other reports and graphs you can use to help you do your best at tracking member giving. You know, when it comes down to it, we only have a limited amount of time each day, so wouldn't you rather use that time on more important things? Let Excellerate save you hours and days of paperwork so you can focus on bigger and better things. Thanks for watching, and let us know if you have any questions.